Okay, first of all, everyone that's like half asleep right now, please wake up for everyone else's futures. But yeah, anyway, let's bring back interactivity here. So, out of everybody here, who has touched a door handle today? Whether it be coming into this facility, whether it be at home, your hotel room, I'm sure pretty much everyone has done it, right? And so, how did you guys feel whenever you did that? You probably didn't think much of it, but consider this. According to the University of Arizona, if an infected person enters an office building using their door handle, up to 60% of people within the building can be infected within just 2 to 4 hours. Now, how do you guys feel having touched that same door handle today? How do you feel having touched so many handles every day of your life up to this point? But hold that thought for a second. Let's back up a little bit. My name is Manish Rangan, and today I'm supposed to give an achievement speech. But I'm only 17 years old, and I've only accomplished a fraction of what I hope to in the future. So let me instead highlight the journey I've taken up to this point and the journey that I will embark on in the future. My story starts my freshman year of high school when I joined the Discover STEM Innovation Program. As a part of this program, I learned the process of innovation, how to identify a problem and innovate a patentable solution for it. That's where that earlier statistic comes in. Door handles are amongst the largest spreaders of pathogens and viruses in our day-to-day lives, and a remedy to combat this had to be created. Now, I don't need to give you a statistic to tell you that COVID-19 was terrible. We all have stories and have heard stories of what COVID has taken away from us, whether it be jobs, family members, friends, or more. But what I will give you a statistic for is how the pandemic exposed the shortcomings of society, specifically how we failed to protect the immunocompromised population. During the height of the pandemic, the immunocompromised population, that's children under the age of 5, senior citizens above the age of 65, people with cancer, people with HIV/AIDS, and more, they made up of 3% of the US population, but they made up of 12% of hospitalizations. That's a disparity that clearly needs fixing. And so, my team and I innovated UVSet SafeTouch, a patent-pending UVC-based door handle sanitizer. We utilized a proximity sensor as well as a motor to ensure that this highly touched surface would be sanitized on a by-touch basis. Now, as many people would, we could have stopped at the idea phase. A patent-pending status is an incredible achievement on its own. But seeing the lives of everyone around us deteriorating due to the pandemic, we decided to pursue this project and bring it to the market, thus founding UVSet in August of 2020. But as Thomas Edison said, genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. We had the inspiration, but years of hard work was still in front of us. We painstakingly coordinated with product designers and manufacturers from 4 different countries, that too during the COVID pandemic. So you would imagine the struggles that we had to go through in order to make ends meet. Interestingly, our product designers are from India, and so UVSet SafeTouch was created in India, but made for the world, the theme of this convention today. But I digress. After 2 years of difficult deliberation, we finally completed our final stage of prototyping in the summer of 2022, and we expect to bring our product to the market in the upcoming months. I can only describe UVSet SafeTouch as akin to my own child. As CEO, my mission of sanitizing every touch and my vision of creating a germ-free society is represented by this company. This upcoming launch is quite literally everything I have worked for and worked towards for the last 2 years. There's been blood, sweat, and tears in order to get to this point, and I will continue to do so for the years to come. But while UVSet may be here today because of me, I owe even more to the company. When the idea was first concepted, I was a shy, introverted kid who hardly spoke to friends and family, let alone to designers and manufacturers as a CEO. And for the first few months of UVSet's existence, hardly any progress was made due to these shortcomings. It came to a point where abandoning the project was a real possibility, so I had to take a step back and really ask myself if staying in my shell was worth it. Was it worth it to lose this massive opportunity to help people, to change the world just because I was afraid of speaking? I chose to keep resisting and come out of my shell, and thankfully never look back. The truth is, entrepreneurship is a profession that forces you out of your comfort zone. Whether it be media interviews, VC pitches, or just interacting with your team, you're constantly thrust into situations where you don't feel comfortable. You can choose to either adapt or give up, and the best of the best always adapt. That brings me back to present day, as well as the future. In terms of UVSet, we are currently trying to get exposure from various media outlets and connect with potential investors and clients. Once we summate enough interest, we will launch our Kickstarter crowdfunding page and make UVSet SafeTouch fully purchasable to the public. Going forward, I believe UVSet can be turned into a nationwide sensation. This is a $400 million market we are delving into, and we believe we can capture a large portion of it. Our mission is to sanitize every touch, so this means innovating new technologies for other highly touched public surfaces, as well as improving upon our current design for SafeTouch. In terms of my personal vision, to put it plainly, I want to be the next big thing. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs all had one thing in common. They were entrepreneurs and they had the vision to change the world. I like to think that I share that same hunger, the hunger to go out there and make something of my ideas. Even if I'm not working in UWSET in 4 to 5 years' time, I can guarantee that I will be working on something that aids the lives of people around me, as this is an avenue I have truly fallen in love with during my journey thus far. I'd like to encourage anyone who has an idea to go out there and try and make something of it. Don't be afraid of failure. Worst case, you fall flat on your face, but you get up and you keep moving. But best case, you've struck gold and, well, you've changed the world. Thank you.